Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 5th, 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. You guys are amazing. Now, as always, the cards will tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. Let's begin. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we are crowned here, Aries, with the Five of Pentacles. So just be mindful about the Five of Pentacles because it's not my favorite card, to be honest with you. It is a poverty mentality. It's feeling like I can't move forward the way that I want to. I'm not going to be able to, achieve what I want to achieve. There's just a feeling like, I hate to say this, but it's like I'm a failure. And I want you to know, in absolutely not a shadow of a doubt, you are not a failure at all. But that can be the energy that's around us during this time. It's a sense of I'm being locked out or kept out from what it is that I truly want to achieve at. So this is going to be a time where we just have to, with this moon, because okay, so with this moon, we have very rich emotions. Like our emotional, connection manifestation is huge. So if we feel like this, all right, because the emotion of this new moon in Cancer, our emotions come out. It can bring out, sadness. It can make us feel a bit melancholy. It's a fantastic new moon, right? It's all about honoring the home and the family and building and nurturing and growing. But we can also be really hypercritical about ourselves during this time and say, these are all the things that I was supposed to do. I set these goals for myself once upon a time. I'm not there, blah, blah, blah. And we can really be harsh on ourselves. So be mindful about this because it's not cool. It's not okay. And we don't want this energy around us because that's going to be what we manifest. We manifest a sense of like, well, I'm not achieving, I'm not succeeding. And that is just a lie. So to be able to call it out and throw it away is going to be so important with this new moon because it's like, okay, I need to set really clear boundaries with myself, with others, and I need to move myself forward. And that's absolutely it. So just be aware of that because that's like a thief of joy. It brings us then interesting to the Five of Wands. Repeat of the number five. Five is a freedom number. This moon is going to be very much a freedom moon for you. But when it becomes a freedom moon is also the sense of like, this is what I've been battling through and this is what I don't want. Very focused on the earthly plane. So just be aware of that. With the Five of Wands, it's arguing, it's bickering, it's gossiping for just the sake of doing so. And we don't want to be a part of it. So just be aware. We're like, no, not for me. Then we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is being trapped in our own head, which Spirit already told us with the Five of Pentacles, we can be really harsh on ourselves. So if we're able to look at that energy and say, you know what, Cancer is this beautiful sign, right? We're in Cancer time period, Cancer new moon. Cancer is all about nurturing and taking care of. But we can also be really harsh on ourselves, really, really subject to emotional fluctuations. So we can be really high one minute, really low the next. And we're like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? Aries, we like things to be straightforward and, goal set, move forward like this. So this can be a little bit overwhelming, very fire sign energy. Here, yes, with the wands coming through. I also see it with the swords. It's like it comes out in anger, this doubt, this fear. So just being aware of that. We then have the Queen of Swords reverse. So this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Be very mindful of people during this time who they're very logical, right? They'll sit there and have all the facts for you, but they are manipulative. Okay. And this is going to be a time, Cancer energy, though as wonderful as it is, can be very manipulative. So just be aware of that. If you are sitting there and like, I don't understand, why, everybody says, oh, this energy is so loving and so caring and so compassionate, and I feel manipulated by it. That's why. All right. This is, of course, sword energy, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? But this is somebody who is very nitpicky, will sit there and give you a compliment and an insult in the same exact breath. So do be mindful about that. We're going to be kind of seeking out approval because we are being harsh on ourselves. So we're going to want external approval, and spirit's like, oh, forget that. Approve of yourself and you'll go so far. You'll do so great. We then have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups reversed is just being a bit reminiscent, being very like looking back, or, like it was better once upon a time, or I wish I could change things, and we can't move backwards. Fortunately or unfortunately, we can't go back in time. And so just being aware of that is going to be super important. Oh, finally, we have the 10 of Wands. It's like, I'm done carrying these burdens. Like, that's really going to be what this moon is for us. I would highly recommend charging our crystals, taking water outside, putting it under the new moon. I know it's like, okay, it's just darkness, Dane. Why would you do that? But it's inviting the silence in. It's inviting the quiet in. And here, with the 10 of Wands, it is going to be so important to release all the burdens that we're carrying, the overthinking, the overanalyzing, the, getting pulled into other people's trauma drama because we want to fix it. We want to make things better. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. The Wheel of Fortune reversed is, we're coming to a completion of a cycle, but we're not quite there yet. We're going to want everything to be super changed, super moved forward in a way that is like, oh, okay, everything is changing. Now it's perfect. And this is going to be a time where it's not about everything changing externally. It's going to be that we have real epiphanies, that we have a real sense of like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. It's like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to be. And it's going to open up to us. And it leads us then to the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is very much a warning that this whole reading has been don't live in the past, don't live in the future, be right here, right now, because you're, I mean, excuse my language, but you're a badass. Like, you move mountains, you achieve your goals. This moon for you can be very overwhelming. So spirit's like, heads up, emotional overload, right? So this new moon, it's very grounding. It's very much centered in family. It's very much centered, and it doesn't have to be centered in, having a whole bunch of people around us. When spirit says centered in family, we can be like, no, that's not for me. No, thank you. It can be centered in friends. It can be centered in quiet, whatever fills your cup, whatever moves you forward, whatever is comforting and beautiful to you. That is going to be what absolutely nurtures you and guides you forward. So just be aware of that. This is a great time for cooking. This is a great time to be out in the garden, just doing more kind of like domestic tasks that nurture and build. So if we want to, meal prep on the 5th of July, like, do so, right? And this is also, it's right after, if you live in the United States, right? It's like right after the 4th of July. It can be a bit of an intense time. So just beware of this, okay? Again, beware of emotional fluctuations. Beware that our emotions can be high and low, high and low, high and low. We have a tendency to be too much in our own head and listen to people who say negative things, because we're going to be like, well, that's true, right? They wouldn't say nasty negative things if it wasn't true. Some people, just jerks. Period. And stop. You don't have to listen to what everybody says. Actually, it's better if you don't. So be aware of that. We need to move forward from the past. Okay, from past hurts, past betrayals. Really setting boundaries is going to be important, and we're going to have trouble with that because that's part of what the sign has a bit of trouble with, and one of the life purposes of the sign's incarnation, right? And we can be prone to overthinking. We see that, like, this moon is absolutely in sync with us, right? It is in sync with us. It might not always be what we want to see, though, right? So this moon is intense for us. So just be aware of that. We need to set our boundaries, which is going to be difficult, but it's going to be really important because we're changing inwardly, and it doesn't matter if anybody sees it, doesn't matter if anybody gets it. Emotionally, in the way that we walk, in the way that we talk, in the way that we connect with the world, we're going to get it. And that's going to be really, really, really important for us. Okay. And that's going to be a very powerful thing. It's interesting that everything is almost balanced during this time, right? So we have 2 wands, we have, swords, we have 2 swords, we have a major arcana, we have two pentacles, earth, and then 1 cup, which is looking towards the past, right in the middle of everything. So just being aware of this, that the emotions of it all aren't necessarily going to be our biggest issue. It is going to be the fact that we overthink, we overanalyze, we listen to others instead of listening to ourselves, and we don't see how far that we've come, and we get pulled into other dramas, other traumas that, you know what? other people have to handle, not our business, not for us. So being aware of this, but it is excellent that we are releasing so many burdens, so much weight, so much of what we've held onto. It's like, well, I don't want that anymore. And now I get to turn my face towards the sun and be absolutely joyous in the creation that is moving me forward. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, and if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a sun in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So good luck for everybody. Hit the bell notification if you are interested. So here's the white turkey, and it says the power to heal the earth is within you. And I love that. The power to heal the earth is within you. And we see that also with the pentacles, right? We have doubts and fears coming up, but it's because we're not standing in the present. We're looking at things and saying, oh my gosh, what about the future? And oh my gosh, in the past, I had these dramas. We're not in the present right now. And it's like, no, right now, you're slaying dragons, right? I'm just seeing, what is it, St. George that slays the dragons? I don't know. I'm just seeing that imagery come forward. So that is absolutely beautiful. The stained glass window, I don't know where that came from. But here, it's absolutely beautiful. Here, with the white turkey, it's like, you have the power to heal the earth. You have the power to heal your world. And that is going to be so beneficial because it's like, I'm taking back my power. And Aries, that's what you're all about. It's like, I'm taking back my power. I'm taking back my life. I am moving me forward. And it moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And this is abundance, right? Because we are meant to live in abundance, not, excess, oh my gosh, wealth. It's not going to be this sense of like, manna falling from heaven, coins falling from heaven type of thing, but it is, I am meant to live in wealth of the universe, in in quiet, comfort, right? In quiet, it's not luxury, all right? I'm not talking about that. It's like having my needs met and being to live with minimal stress and in alignment with my soul and myself. That's abundance. And so here, it is that connection with our root chakra, grounding ourselves, that is going to be so important to move forward in our abundance and in our prosperity. It moves us to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Eight of Cups. There's something that we're resistant to walk away from, Aries. There's something that we're looking at here and we're like, do I walk away? Don't I walk away? What is right for me? I don't know. We're questioning. And we have to choose ourselves. We have to say, I need to move forward for me. And that is going to be very important. It's interesting that our chakra energy is that of abundance, wealth, prosperity, success, what we value as much as money, right? If not money itself. And yet we are crowned with a sense of doubt, the sense of like, oh no, I don't get to have that. It's like, I don't get to have nice things. It's like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And this is no longer feeling shut out. It's like, I'm opening the door and I'm claiming my success. And that's what this time is all about. It's like, I might be afraid. I might be overwhelmed. I might have doubted, but I'm no longer that. And we're no longer getting intertwined in the pettiness of everybody else. We can overthink, we can overanalyze. So do be mindful about that. We can kind of feel ourselves, spiral during this time. So being aware of this is going to be super important. And with the Queen of Swords, you are going to have somebody around you. Now, it can be air sign energy or just somebody who really likes to talk. Like they really like the sound of their own voice. And they're going to be saying things and saying, you should do this, you should do that. I really see this more at work or in a place of like a business setting where they're talking and they're putting all this stuff, like they're throwing it at you, but they just want somebody else to take responsibility for what they themselves are supposed to be taking responsibility for. Or they're like, well, if I can make you feel guilty for it, then I don't have to be bothered. So do be aware of that. We do have a tendency to be very nostalgic, to be very, reminiscent. And that's not always going to be the best thing for us. So being in the present, again, we have a tendency to move towards the past, to move towards the future. Being in the right here, the right now is going to be a very important step to take. We are releasing so many burdens, and it's not about everything changing and stepping into this new season externally, but it's about everything changing and stepping into this new season internally. Because this new moon, as it quiets everything, as it has us, in this time, looking at the intentions that we're setting, not just for, okay, so when you set your intentions for the new moon, you're not setting them for the next full moon, the full moon that happens in just a little bit. What it does is it's the intentions we're setting for the next 6 months. So here, I would highly recommend, okay, from what Spirit is saying, is focus on our prosperity and our success, not overthinking things and not, making things into a trauma drama, because that's going to be very, very easy. All right. Not taking other people's words over your own intuitive thought and understanding, and releasing the past and saying, you know what? The past is the past. I am now moving forward in the power of my present. I am releasing all the burdens that I have been carrying, and I am letting myself transform. That is what I would focus on your intentions for this new moon. So yeah, for the next 6 months, this new moon that we're setting our intentions for the next 6 months to really see ourselves transform and really see ourselves moving forward. Because as we set our intentions, and next month, right, we set our intentions for the next 6 months, and then the months, like, our intentions overlap each other because we're doing this 6 month period, right? And then we all of a sudden start to see ourselves transforming. We start to see ourselves growing. We start to see ourselves stepping into power we never knew we had. And it brings us then to our subconscious spirit message. And this is the cardinal, which I love. And it says, stand tall and proud. Exactly. Stand tall and proud. See the leadership role unfolding ahead of you. That's exactly what Spirit was talking about. Oh, I'm so excited. So here, it's like, stand tall and proud in your power. You got this. You don't think you do. Okay. Because we're a little bit too much in our own heads, overthinking, overanalyzing. We need to set ourselves free and embrace our confidence. You're going to fail at times. Yeah. That's part of life. It's part of being human. Not taking our failures and saying, I have to be perfect 24/7, never going to happen. Embrace your grace, embrace you. It brings us to our chakra energy, which is personal power, our solar plexus chakra. It's embracing following our gut, listening to our gut, and transforming ourselves. It brings us then to our energy to be mindful of, which is justice. Okay. We can want to be so fair to everyone that we wind up kind of screwing ourselves over. Again, excuse my language, but that's what Spirit is saying here. Like, we want to be so just, so fair, take everybody's opinion into account, or somebody does, that we wind up getting nowhere. And this is also linked to that sword energy. So that person who places everything on your shoulders, who's hypercritical of things, is trying to, I don't know, it's trying to follow a certain set of rules that is just not followable. So just be aware of that. And then moves us to our subconscious tarot message here, which is the Six of Swords reverse. So we have the repeat of the number 6 reverse. 6 is a very nurturing number. We're having difficulty nurturing ourselves. And the 6 of Swords is moving forward, slowly, steadily, and compassionately with ourselves. So just being aware of that. We want to move forward really quickly, and we don't want to be as compassionate with ourselves. It's like, just keep going. Subconsciously, it's like, I just have to push through this. And Spirit is really saying here, no, we have to honor ourselves and we have to go slow. So being aware of this is going to be super important. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this new moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.